So today we're going to talk about constructing your own leaders, how to make a properly proportioned leader so that you can get the fly to turn over. There are three main parts of a leader. The first one, where it would attach to the fly line, is referred to as the butt section, and that's going to be the heaviest, thickest portion of the leader, and that's going to carry the most mass and turning over the fly. And it's also the longest, which we'll get into the proportions in a moment. The next section would be the mid or transition piece that sort of tapers down from the butt section towards what is your breaking strength, which is referred to generally as the tippet, and that's the lightest section. Those three main parts make up a leader. Proportionally, there are guidelines that you can use to make a properly functioning leader, one that will turn the fly over well and yet land softly enough to fool the fish. Most of the time, a good formula is one that's called 60-20-20, in which 60% of the length would be butt section, in this case represented by this orange dacron, and then 20% by the midsection represented by the chartreuse dacron, and then 20% of the length made up of the tippet, in this case that hot pink dacron. So to make a proper leader, we'll use an 8-weight as an example, and we'll for mathematical purposes we'll use a 10-foot leader. An 8-weight, generally speaking, what you want to use as a guideline is to use monofilament that's roughly 2/3 the diameter of the tip of the fly line. So for most 8-weight lines, that's going to measure out to be, with most monofilament, something in the 40-pound range. You'd have 6 feet of that. From there you would blood knot, or if you wanted to use a double unit knot, you could do that. That to a section in the middle, and then the tippet. So how do you arrive at the proper sizes? You know you're going to start with 40 for an 8-weight, that part's given, and you should know the breaking strength that you want. Let's say that's 15 pound. So then you would obviously, for the transition piece, you would choose something in between that. So in the case of 40 to 15, you would pick 25. So you would go 6 feet of 40, 2 feet of 25, and 2 feet of 15 to make a proper leader that's going to turn over. As that fly line turns over and turns over into the leader, you need that mass of that 40 to carry that energy out of the fly line and turn over, and then start to lose energy so that it's going to land softer. So that's why when you go to the 25, it's going to lose some energy, and then when you go from there to the 15, it's going to lose even more. So then we'll present the fly down softly. If you wanted to try to modify that leader somewhat to get a little bit smoother turnover, you could make the midsection more than one piece. You could make it, let's say, 2 pieces. In that case, you might go from 40 pound at the butt to, let's say, 30 to 20, and then to your 15-pound tippet. So you would probably make the 30 pound and the 20 pound a foot apiece. So that would give you the same, that 6, 1 foot, 1 foot, 2 foot would give you a 10-foot leader.